I'll have to look on our YouTube channel whether it's actually up right now. Can someone check? I don't want to have the audio doubled.
Hear of it. Live.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks fine to me.
All right.
Sounds good as well.
All right, then. Now we're live. I don't think I have a chat widget, but that will still do for now. I should have the chat here on the side. Can someone type something in so I can see whether it works? Maybe. Chat widget.
Got it.
Okay, I don't see the message. I'll just stay in the browser. Alright, sorry for all the technical difficulties, everyone, but I'm very glad to be back here in the draft discussion for UPL XIII. And we have a ton of signups. I believe the signups have been open for almost 2 weeks now. And
That sounds about right.
yeah, they will close in 23 minutes from now, if I'm correct, as the draft will be tomorrow on June 1st at 8:30 p.m. GMT.
Did they move that back a bit then?
Wait a second. Yeah,
They might have.
This is in pretty much 24 hours and 20 minutes. But yeah, in 1 day from now. And we will be discussing the different pools today. Discussing what kind of teams we can imagine seeing this time around. I should probably also open up the decisions thread where we can already see some of the self-buys and retains. So to start off, we should probably explain how the whole system here works. The auction, what was the total amount of points? 150 points. 150,000 points. And the managers of these 8 teams you can see here: Void Villains, Drizzlers, Manly Melmetals, Eternal Voyagers, Choice Bandits, Devastating Dialgas, Dangerous Dracovish, Defiant Durians. They will draft 8 teams with players from all of these tiers, from the current generation of Ubers up to RBY Ubers, so Generation 1 and Best of 3. I think there has to be 13 players per team or something like that minimum.
And 12 per lineup and then 3 subs.
Yeah, 15 minimum.
All right, yeah. And these players are purchased in an auction, which we will also live stream, where the different managers can bid on them, and the highest bid gets the player to the team. And some of the managers have also self-bought, so those managers will also be playing. And yeah, for the Void Villains, we have FC and Evu, very strong players for 1 hour tier leader. And
Yeah, like, if you look at EU, like, I think she like fucking ripped Classic this year, like absolutely destroyed everyone.
yeah, it was especially known for Black and White, so I think they will be playing that. And yeah, Choice Bandits also going with High Lord, one of, if not the best DPP player, not currently, but of all time, and also Lana. I think she plays SV only, but still.
SV, yeah. Extremely good SV
She's
player.
Yeah. I mean, High Lord is great all around manager and player. I can attest to that. I was on his team on the Mewtwo's during the US Winter League. Though our performance wasn't too great, he was able to support all the different slots, so definitely starting off strong. Also, same for FC, can pretty much support any generation, and Evo even more so for the older tiers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Drizzlers also, Skyview and Rav, those are, I think Skyview mainly plays SV, if I'm not mistaken.
Skyview mainly plays SV.
SV,
Sometimes plays
yeah.
SS.
Yeah.
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 Skyview has been like at the top, if not near the top of like SV Uber's ladder for like a while now. He's been like really tryharding up there.
Yeah.
So I expect like a lot of really good performance for Skyview.
Yeah, Rav also, amazing player, was on the winning team in Uber's Winter League, was one of the managers there, and also during the Circuit Championship, I think it was, Circuit Playoffs, he went into the finals, so also amazing support for SV.
Very good man, by the way.
Yeah.
Just from playing with him last.
And the Dialgas going with Cyberak and Trang. Cyberak, one of the best GSC players in the pool. I think he's come up in the last 3 years or something like that, and steadily climbed up the power ranking in the GSC Ubers department, and of course very strong here. And of course also Shrang, known for his relentless offense in DPP, notorious hyper offense player.
I helped him prep a lot for DPPPL, which he did pretty okay in that. But yeah, I think he's gonna do really well this time around. I think.
Yeah.
We'll see about that. I'll do my best to make sure he does.
Yeah, Melmetals have Hone, Skimmy, and Exumu. I'm not too aware what tiers Hone plays. Could someone enlighten me?
Primarily SV.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know much about him.
Yeah,
He mostly just plays SV really well, as far as.
Really well.
Yeah, Skimmy was also, I think he was on the Corridors, the other team that made it to the finals in Uber's Winter League, and did really well there. I think all three of these are SV players, mainly, if I'm not mistaken.
Skimmy's pretty good at all gens.
Skimmy signed up for all of the classic gens,
Oh, okay.
so 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Probably gonna be BO3 if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Like he's an extremist BO3 guy, just because of how like insanely consistent he is at playing multiple stuff.
Yeah, I'm honestly a little surprised that Suzia didn't self-buy here, since he's also an amazing player. So, or was it?
Something that he would do too. Also,
Yeah,
Might be a little burned out at the moment.
yeah.
or
maybe.
something.
Yeah. Always a possibility.
And
Intro, of course.
yeah, one of the best. I think was claimed to be the best SV player 2024 in the Ubers Awards. So also having great opportunities there, great support all around for SV. I mean, it's
Basically every gen.
yeah. Oh, I've only seen him play SV, but if that's the case, then that's really great. Yeah. Okay. The Dangerous Dracovish, those were the winners of UPL XII. They have self-bought Ice Master, former tier leader, amazing SS player, amazing SV player, And I think he also plays some of the older gens a bit, but not to the same extent as the Ferry gens. But still, one of the managers and probably one of the all-time greatest Ubers players. Then
Basically, getting off the charts.
yeah, then Dawnbuster. He's a GC player. I believe he has played GC Ubers for the first time in a big tournament last UPL, so I think he mostly is known for playing GC, other GSC tiers, but he has performed really well during the last UPL, also beating players like Vani, which is known to be one of the best, so it's really, reasonable decision to retain him here. And Rimsip, I think he's a USM player. Yeah, he's a USM player.
Yeah, he plays that
Very
tournament.
good use of player.
And
I think I don't remember if they won or if they were like in like semis of Sun and Moon Classic playoffs or Sun and Moon Classic.
That wouldn't surprise me. The Rinsetup's just amazing. Ultrasound for them. I don't think there's any other way of putting to make it
This is
sound
looking
good.
really good. It's looking like a
Yeah.
really good core so far.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean the
Yeah, especially like after. I feel like after we saw in Ubers Went to League like how important an SS core is, or not an SS, SV core is, especially. If you have a really good SV core, then you're gonna do really well this tournament.
yeah. Though you also have to admit that having 6 SV slots in total does make the impact of that tier quite a bit bigger than during UPL, but yeah, the best of 3 of course is still there, so 4 games of SV played every week, still extremely important. So yeah. And the dangerous
Yeah, so
Dracovic.
getting a good SV builder is gonna be really important this time around for sure.
Yeah.
I hope some of the better players escape their slump a little bit this time. That would be kind of cool just to see what they come up with.
Yeah. And then lastly, the Eternal Voyagers have self-bought Kate. I think she was a former Tiering Council member, also an amazing player. Also played in, I think SCL is the one with all the current gen tiers. Yeah, she also,
Correct.
I think they don't use though for some reason. Just wow.
yeah.
Rudy's like years. But she did really well in the years, so like just solid fan.
Yeah. Could one of you check on what's going on in the main chat? I got like 5 times there. Yeah, but those are the teams as of now. All of them having started off with really strong picks and still retaining a lot of their points to buy more. So yeah, let's get into the actual sign-ups, the interesting part of the draft. Which tier shall we start off with? I think DBJ, you said you may have to go a little early, so probably start with ADV since you're the only one here who knows about it.
Let's see here.
I can share the spreadsheet link here in the chat.
Yeah, I have it open on my end as well, but
Alright,
just looking
perfect.
through the pool.
64 is probably going to
Odin
get
is-
thrown in there and do one.
Oh yeah, I played in last UPL as well. Cyber Odin's a really good ADV player.
Yeah,
Let's see. Hey Sup is there as well. Super nice to see.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
MM2 also signed up.
That's Irie.
No.
Mewtwo.
He
Did he
did
he delete?
MM2, he tier locked ADV. I thought this was super weird. He tier locked
Oh.
ADV and went to GSC.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Which I still have no idea.
Oh,
Maybe he like
I
read
like-
the sign up form
Yeah.
wrong. I have
No,
no, idea
no,
what that's about.
I think he may just want to play another tier instead of always ADV, since that's the one he always plays. So
I
just
guess.
There've been
Yeah.
like there've been like DPP mains that tier locked out of DPP and wanted to play DW.
Yeah, Zael tier locked out of that.
I'm pretty sure Subsidy did too, or just like for a while.
I know Sus locked
Yeah.
out of Black and White.
Yeah, Bacon eating assassin locked out of like SV and SS.
Yeah.
Like, he
Oh, he did. Oh,
he wants to play
wait.
He wants to play SM and BO3 only. Nothing else.
It's really funny.
You
It's
know,
kind
I
of
wouldn't
crazy.
want to
Like,
play
it's-
best of one SV either.
I mean,
Yeah.
sure, but like
Huh?
SS.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, yeah, I would totally play best of 1 SS, but like best of 3, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
So Ari's probably gonna play. That I do know. Probably will do well unless he loads Sunstall every time and then is surprised when he gets hacked. But
True.
yeah.
Oh no, my Cresselia that was in for 30 turns got crit. That's so crazy.
there's no Cresselia, but yeah, it's similar. Oh no,
I think-
my Lucy
might
got
be
parried 4 times, or my Lugia got 4 times in a row because Snorlax is a very broken Pokemon. That's usually what happens.
Is Dusclops still a Pokemon?
Yeah, I think
Like,
it's used on
Dusclops, yeah.
Sunstall.
It's
Yeah,
very
that
Irie
makes
does
sense,
like
so-
that, so
It's there and does fucking nothing.
I'm seeing
Like, I
qu-
just did myself.
I'm seeing quite a few good players here in the list, but I'm not sure whom of them will play, are going to play ADV. I think Raph is
Sarah signed up for 80.
Oh yeah, Raph.
Raph is
Sheik is also really solid.
right ADV player.
I have a really good ADV
Yeah,
OU player.
Shrang will play ADV.
ADV
I mean, Shrang and I can both do it, but I doubt we will. Is the-
Yeah,
Violman,
it's like it's SS and ADV
UFC.
are both like, who wants to actually play this tier?
Once again, I'm fine with it, but people want me other places, typically.
Z Carlet is good from what I've seen. They have like foreign contributions and stuff.
Blake is a solid player, not like necessarily known for Ubers, but plays ADV Ubers pretty well.
Ron can probably play pretty well. He's just a really solid overall guy.
I
he's
guess
probably-
Eternal Spirit might play this tier fairly well. But just because it rewards a lot of aggression a lot of the time, Eternal Spirit is aggression incarnate. So we'll have to see if that happens.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's the prevalent picks are here are 64 squares. I think Hazup, I'm missing it right now.
Did
I-
Hazup sign up out of ADV? Is that what he did? Oh no,
No,
no, he's there.
He's
Yeah.
64 Squares is playing signed up
Ah,
for
yeah.
everything.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of players who signed up for a lot of tiers, but are probably mainly going to play one of them. That's why I'm also not sure about like Sheik, because I know they're really great at many tiers. I believe they've played GSC during UWL and also are playing Classics Cup right now. They have won a set versus the Strap today,
Strap, yeah.
so
Ooh, nice.
really well versed in multiple tiers.
Good one.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing a lot of people I know as like GSC or no ADV mains on there. For real, like there's a couple, but
Terracotta's a scary ADV if he really wants to. We'll see if he actually wants to, though.
yeah, and we'll also see if people decide to sink a bunch of money into ADV specifically, right?
Is Terracotta tier lock at SV? Because last I knew he was like hated playing SV, so unironically I think he might end up ADV if I'm drafting.
He did not.
Oh,
Yeah, he did not.
unfortunate. Because I'm in BLT.
No, I
yet
think he
really-
did. I don't have
Oh.
him in SV at all. I have a I control
got
it. I don't see him anywhere.
No,
Yeah,
it's
how-
a not. It's he's not in tiers, not played.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, how could I forget
I see,
Mitana? Also very good ADV player.
oh yeah.
Uh,
I also see Vileman. He played in ADV last UPL.
yeah, for
Did
sure.
pretty well.
Yeah, I was talking to
So, which pool shall we move on next? Maybe go towards DPP, go upwards.
I think both Don and I have to go pretty soon, so that would be best.
Yeah.
I can stay for like 20 more minutes. So
Okay.
What can you tell us about this pool?
let's see here.
There's a lot of people who can play this tier very well in this pool. Is all I.
Yeah. Shrang.
Which tier are we talking about right now?
DPP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Byron can play
Before I
DPP, but
Cam can technically. I am
Heck,
willing to grind
Well,
with CKW if he wants.
Lassen
Bad
can
jealous
play.
too.
Legendary Dave signed up, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Squin.
Strap can play
People too.
DPP.
Yeah, they're a pretty strong DP people this time around.
Yeah.
I didn't see no
Bios,
Java by the looks of it.
Play, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think Jabba typically signs up for you.
Is he? Okay.
64 squares can play DPP. You can play like literally everything though.
yeah. I mean, Hack's also signed in into DPP, but I think he's mainly going to play black and white as always. But of course, giving great support with DPP.
Yeah.
Eric Kata has come up with some of the most disgusting concepts of DPP. Even if he's not playing, I'm sure there will be some influence there.
Yeah.
Oh, Race Scarface for DPP as well, and SV.
Yeah.
I think they did pretty well in World Cup SV, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, raise a legend.
Alright. Is there anyone else we may have forgotten in this pool? And if you're watching this video live, you can also share some of your opinions through the chat, of course, and we'll.
Draft on. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
This is a
Please
pretty
not
strong
me.
DPP pool for sure.
Yeah. Alright. Then next up. Oh yeah, Sammy. Did you even sign in? I'm not sure what you're. I don't see it, sadly.
Oh, Sami signed up for SVSS USM.
Okay.
BO3 too, or just the?
No, not
You're in there.
BO3.
Gotcha.
Okay, then let's move on to black and white. Here. Yeah. One noteworthy thing to mention maybe is that this is regular DPP. Farcius isn't played here. Yeah.
Farcius. Free Farcius.
Unfortunately.
Free Farcius.
Yeah.
Yeah. So black and white. Hack, of course. Has Kebab also signed up? I'm not
I didn't
100.
see him, so
No, there's no Kavebe sign up.
No, doesn't look it. Yeah.
Conflict.
Maybe. I was told that May has 31 days, so there might be a chance that he will sign in last day, but we'll see about that. Yeah, Shetrock and Joy, of course, also one of the
Yeah.
rising favorites in black and white. think it's his favorite tier. He's also done really well throughout. Had a bit of an unlucky streak throughout Uber's Winter League, but still did really great in the builder. But just had some unfortunate things happen during the games, which weren't entirely foreseeable. Yeah. Who
I
else?
love hacks.
Yeah, Yellow has done really well during UWL. Really shown off many wins in Black and White.
Cow, I've seen him around. I'm pretty sure decent at the thing.
Conflict as well.
Yeah, Edgar.
Edgar, yeah, Edgar's good.
I thought he was retired, but it's great to see him
Guess not.
play.
Gondra is there. Gondra, Goathard is also really good.
I thought Gotthard was mainly a USIM player.
They can play like basically anything.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. Spirit, do you also play Black and White?
Yes, I do. Not super often. I'd have to really dig in and play well to do this.
I see. Yeah. Larson also Black and
Larson,
White
yeah.
player. Yeah, and of course the multi-talents which can shine throughout multiple tiers are here as always, like Terracotta. Oh, Dover might be also noteworthy. I think Black and White is his main tier, so he's also pretty great at that.
And the goat Varo is down.
I haven't done too well in Black and White, but
Well, we're just gonna have to change that now. won't we?
I was hoping to mainly play GSC, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
when we get to that,
There is no C players. Don't worry.
I mean, there have been quite a few signups. Conflicts signed up. I think Vani also recently signed up.
Yeah, Vanny, yeah.
Yeah, Shitrock also GSC player. So a lot here.
The pool was looking pretty bleak at like the start of the week, so I'm glad people actually signed up for this tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That auction would have been a bloodbath if we kept it that way.
It's been very
Would have
interesting.
been like
I
we
think
probably would have had some interesting GSC talent in there.
Do.
Yeah.
I mean, conflict's still the cheek. There's definitely people who can challenge.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, a lot is definitely possible, though GSC is one of those tiers which allows for a lot of play that is that allows to balance out hacks or to move throughout difficult matchups. But
Everything process. Yes.
yeah. So I mean we've indulged a bit in GSC, so might as well cover it entirely right now. Charmria, I'm not sure which name they go by. Faded Charm, it was a bit ago. They're GSC player. So
Their conflict.
yeah, Cyber of course already mentioned in the retains. Dawnbuster.
Xguardian is on the council. I don't think I've seen him play, but I think he's really decent on the council.
Yeah.
King Billu's a name that sounds familiar to me, but I don't.
I think they've
That is a-
played RBY. I've heard the name also quite many times, but I'm not entirely sure what
Played
tier
R-
they're on.
He's played
Oh.
RBY, but he's mostly new for Gen 8 Sword Shield.
Alright,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That explains why I've heard the name.
yeah.
Leo Pre, I think he had a decent showing in Uber's Winter League. I
I
GSCOU.
think.
He plays
He
GSC in
plays,
general. He plays GSCOU and stuff. So
Leo Bear plays a lot of black and white as well.
I'm looking forward to seeing
Yeah. Then of course also Mashing.
that.
Great GSC
MM2
player.
signed for GSC.
Who did?
MM2 right after
Oh yeah,
National.
yeah.
Decent abilities.
I don't know how well he plays GSC, but
Hawkins
he's
player.
great player overall, so I have no doubts he will also be a great GSC player if he gets picked for that. And what's interesting for these players who get picked into like different tier, or if they've locked themselves out of one tier, they're usually also able to support the other tiers, those which they usually play. So having MM2 on your team as a GSC player also means you will get good support for your ADV tier. Yeah.
Yeah, MM2 also locked out of playing ADV and SV, so to note.
Yeah.
So
Still isn't bad. They're
Okay.
I think the game is not terrible. They're up in the
Uh,
Archer.
you're speaking a bit unclear. Could you maybe move a bit closer to the microphone while speaking? It's a bit difficult to understand you, but yeah. Cake and Shitrock, of course. I think Summer Islands was also a good GC player. Vani, of course. Can't get to mention him. Yeah, one of the best. So, of the big three GSC players, Isa's the only one missing. But I think GSC has.
then Dawn Buster obviously drafted already.
Yeah.
Or retained.
GSC has definitely seen Horizon its full quality over the past week, where many great players still signed up. Yeah.
Good to see.
Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, one player, because I just saw it in the sign up form in ADV. Irie just signed up recently too. So
Irie is really good.
yeah. All right. Then moving on to auras, jumping through the different tiers here and there, but yeah, moving to the fairy gens. So what we can start to see here is that there are going to be a lot more players for the tiers going from here, because for one, fairy gens, so they are quite similar in a few aspects, and many people have started playing around the time auras or Yusum were introduced, so that's also a reason for the increases in signups. Yeah. I'm not too aware on auras. Could someone give an introduction here?
Yeah, I
No
can.
Crossia, but I'm not like super familiar
Crossia
with
had a
auras.
very dominating Uber's Winter League performance, being on, I believe, the winning team.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
Diamonds? Yeah. And he also had a very good RSPL, and he's looking to be one of like the top new talents going into this season. Keys is notably missing, but he is quote unquote retired. However, we will see if that goes through or not. As he said, there is 31 days.
So yeah, Keys is pretty retired at this point.
CKW is pretty good. Conflict can play anything. I believe Faded Charm has some experience in Oras.
Yeah,
Byron
yeah.
can play probably anything. Edgar has some experience.
El Poeta as well.
Not very Cake is somebody that Keys said was somebody to look out for, so that's going to be interesting.
And then
Hack,
OST winner
Hack is
Fuzian signed up for that.
yeah. Hack is an extremely talented Oras, and I mean everything, but specifically in Oras, I know him from.
Yeah.
So I will be very interested if he decides to play Oras. I'll definitely be looking out for that.
Obviously
also
the big L names, Blazen, LBN, etc.
Lassen, I don't rate him super highly, but I don't know. I feel like he's better in BW. And especially considering the BW pool. Orch is back.
just want to
Yeah,
highlight
after
Orch.
being not present for a while, he came back.
Is Frieza
So
playing
It will
Auras?
be seen if he can shake off the rust or not, but he is looking to be very cool. I do not believe
Is he
Frieza signed
playing?
up for Auras.
No, I
Frieza's
don't
not
I don't think
playing
so.
now.
Okay,
I
yeah.
don't believe he signed up for
Okay.
all, yeah.
So,
He's
what to
also
expect
shouted
from
out
Orch?
Crossio.
Orch
And
is. Wait, what
he
the
played
hell?
out in the beginning of the tier, and now he's back.
He
I
played
remember
after
when
the
he-
beginning.
Oh,
But
I remember him like showing teams in Uber's Cord from like 2015.
yeah.
I was like, wow.
He's very big on tech, so that's
Yeah,
and
some
not a
of
lot of
his
people in
feeds
ORAS
are
do that.
definitely
They just stick.
interesting.
Yeah, like he's the type to roll up with, and this actually happened. Whimsicott and a Gothitelle on the same somehow work.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah.
Whimsicott actually isn't even bad. It's just it's definitely niche, but it's not even bad, honestly. And Gothitelle is
Hard to
Shadow
use.
Tag will always be broken. So
Would you have Emgar for that?
Emgar cannot do the same things Gothitelle can do. It is not
No,
near
it
as
cannot.
good at PP stalling stuff. So on a more defensive minded team, also it frees up your mega slot, which is nice if you
Yeah.
want to run a different mega.
Gothitelle's a whole nother form of nightmare. It's ridiculous.
Another player that Keith shouted out was Choice Bad Kiram, which is of course myself. I am looking to potentially have a good season, or at the very least bench sit and learn more.
Yeah.
Mysterious M is another good player in this pool.
Mysterious M is very
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
MZ as well.
Mata played Horus, I think, last UPL as well. So a lot of good talent.
I think purple.
PG signed up for this too, although he's going to be in USM.
I think purple Gatorade is mainly a USM player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
For the most part.
A lot of the USM players can sort of bounce between the.
Skimmy is very good. He's, I said BO3, but like he could probably play RS too. He's just very good in general. Strap is really good, but he's probably going to be playing DPP or BW
Or
if I had to
SS.
guess. Yeah, or SS.
Yeah.
But he's still going to be quite solid support. He played in Classic. It did end up losing in ORS, but he put up a good fight.
Quinn is a current Jenner, I think, so that could also work. He understands how brutal the tier is.
Yeah. Alright. Then I think we can move on to USM. Probably. Or yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Here we'll start to see a bulk of the players coming up. One player we've mentioned multiple times who also already got retained is Rim Sit B. I'm not sure how they're pronounced.
I'm not entirely sure either. No.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Master Chief is pretty good. Bacon Eating Assassin, tier locked SM for some reason.
I was about to say, yeah, it's the only two. And well,
Byron
SM and BO3, right? So for we're probably gonna see them
probably
playing a lot of SM.
Yeah. Most likely.
CKW will definitely probably.
CKW,
This is probably the tier, yeah.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
can
say.
play. You can probably play any fairy gen, honestly. Edgar can also probably play any fairy gen. There's a lot of like fairy gen players, I suppose, that I would just they can probably play any fairy gen. It just honestly depends what the team comp it looks like and what they want to play, because personally I would not want to play SV.
One thing I've just noticed, has Astounded signed up, or has he like name changed or something like that? Because
I don't believe so.
Astounded has not signed up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Finnish Phenom has not.
Yeah. Else is here Goathard, of course.
Goathard, yeah.
Think I've heard
Mashing is Mata is a OU guy, but he probably can play Ubers because he's like a very good OU guy. Mashing is good. Metallica is a very good SMOU guy. Can probably play some Ubers. Mysterious M and MZ are more known for ORS, but they can probably play SM if need be. Purple Gatorade, SM guy. Raf can probably play SM.
Isn't Poke
Also,
also
MH is a SM AG player, but she can
Okay.
probably pick up. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been slotted in BO3 a lot in the mocks.
Oh yeah, there's
Sydney.
Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy.
Yeah. Also, a couple of the very good players also signed up in here, but they're in multiple tiers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So also pretty good use and pool, I'd say. Yeah. And then moving on to SS, I think there's a like very confined pool of players in SS. So like
Yeah, you're only gonna see a couple people actually playing it. It's not it's a hard tier to get into, for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
It's the only
I
tier I
obviously
too locked out of because I literally have
you
no
have,
idea
like-
what's going on.
You have like Aber and Urobi. I think Eisenkrat's pretty good as well.
Eisenkrat can play like literally anything, I'd say.
Yeah.
I think he's going to play best of 3. He's also been playing best of 3 during the last UPL.
Yurishu is a pretty good SS player as well.
I mean, yeah, Loti also here, of course.
Yeah.
Lottie, yeah, they're very good.
Memphis Deepay, I know that name.
They play mono, I believe.
I know. Yeah, I think so. That sounds right. And then I know a couple of these names. There's a lot more. Yeah, Fusion I think signed up for all of the fairy gens.
That checks out. Frito is probably gonna play SV, but they can possibly sub SS. They're definitely not bad, I'd say.
You're also here.
Obviously, Skyview.
Mashing can play SS. Yeah, Skyview.
You can get the View versus the Strap round too.
Oreo, I think. Did Oreo sign up for regular DPP too?
He plays.
Oreo played FARC. Oreo did not play DPP.
Okay. Yeah.
I think plays SS SV and FARC. Yeah.
Oreo, which do you play?
Okay, which hi Oreo.
Hi Oreo.
Oh, hi Oreo. What do you play?
Bye Oreo.
You need to inform of your presence. What do you play? Tell us about yourself.
SV and SS.
Okay, I was right. Let's go.
Yeah. All right.
Do you have any insight into this SS pool?
Okay, so largely the same as last time. There's like pretty clear-cut big four of like Kate before with FC Ice Master. Although I don't know if Ice Master is gonna self-buy or what.
He already did.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then the pool, it's just a fourth up for grabs, and then
Loti as well. Loti as well.
Yeah, Loti
for sure. But like, and then you've got other strong players like Aerobi, Lotiasite. But this pool's pretty kind of shallow outside of the big four, so it'll be interesting to see how teams adapt to that.
So this
you do got like people like RHM, Strap, potentially Lotiasite, Aber, etc. You also got like Horatio, who if I remember correctly also played for UWTC. So that's a thing to consider.
Yeah.
But there's a pretty clear gap between the best players, the ones who are gonna absolutely start, and those who might be far behind the big four.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, SS is a pretty like hard tier to get into, especially if like you're newer, because there's not a lot of like, there's not a lot of tours for it, and it's also like the best SS players are like really well defined.
I feel like this is a bit of a problem with many of the Uber tiers in general, that there's like a really strong
SS just
consolidated
doesn't have a lot
top
of the
of on top of the tournaments, and
Oh yeah.
then there's like a
SS
full
just hasn't had a lot of the time that the other gens have had.
yeah. I mean, is SS solved? I think many people said so.
I
SS is
don't
pretty
believe
solved.
I don't believe SS is completely solved at all. I definitely think there's still room for innovation in the builder that a lot of people don't give it credit for.
I think
But
right now, especially after UPL, we're seeing a big glut of like Ferrothorn, like Kyogre Rainy Days-esque structures. And I think there's a lot of like room for that to expand into other structures that start to take over a little bit more.
and I also think there's a lot of room for innovation around against those kind of structures. For example,
Yeah.
like they're generally really weak to Ho-Oh stuff. So like we could definitely see a bigger rise of that this UPL.
I could definitely see a lot of like Ho CSR stuff rising up for sure.
Yeah. Alright. Then that is pretty much it on SS, I believe. And then yeah, moving on to the biggest pool of the bunch. Current gen with 3 slots per team and 4 games in total, counting best of 3. So yeah, a lot of great players in here. I mean, A-Truck renamed from I don't know what the numbers were. Numbers guy.
142E33.
Yeah, great
Dog, why
player.
do you know that off the dome?
Bro, I saw that
I
in the
have
Discord and I thought it was somebody's phone number.
I
like,
have my
I'm not
written.
calling that.
Yeah.
Anyways, with SV, I think there's a lot of room for both mainers and non-mainers to succeed, because like
Yeah.
it's not just like needing to know the stuff, but also like being a
clicky
pilot.
button.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can have
so
like
like
one SV builder and like 2 guys that are clickers who are familiar with SV Ubers and probably succeed. Unironically.
agree.
But you have to
Agree.
find
People
somebody
like
who's willing to
Owen-
build 3 teams a week, which is not common.
Or even 2.
Yeah,
like a decent builder.
people really do not want to build because it sucks.
People
Yeah.
don't want to build SV either, because SV building, like, there's a lot of room for innovation, but it's also like a lot of the structures are very defined. I mean, it's either you either do like we talked about at the beginning, you either do sub Ho BO,
not that
HO, or stall.
well, not sub OBO. That one's mid. It's mostly just
Exactly.
Was
it's
good.
mostly
It's just
like
it's just
Okay, well, BO in general is mid.
the
Is the
offenses,
yeah,
issue.
BO in
Stall,
general, I
like-
feel like BO in general is what like the good players play when they get bored of HO and stall.
it's more like
in SV.
general bulky offense structures, not necessarily sub Ho-Oh. I feel like sub Ho has been phased out of the meta nowadays. But like, yeah, a lot of people just like use bulky offense when they are tired of using the extremes. There's also like spike stack balance has been rising, though I think that's a bit
Like that. Woo.
further behind HO and BO as dominant styles.
Yeah,
I
that's
think it's
fair.
very good right now.
I don't really
There is-
see
it's
hazard
too easy.
stack stuff really going off, to be honest.
There's definitely hazard stack going on. Like Ice Master used it to beat
Ice
FC
Master
in
bringing the
UPL finals and stuff.
bullshit Ho-Oh Gliscor Scarf Correct on core every game. Holy shit.
I have not seen Scarf Cryon in who knows how long. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
me-
lie.
Or not Scarf
Even
Correct
on
Yeah,
those
people are
spike stack.
definitely facing Scarf Kyogre or Rhydon, my bad.
Not Scarf Correct, my bad. Dashi, I think.
Yeah, but
That's
what's
fair.
what's still cool for SV is that there is a lot of room to do
know.
stuff in the builder. I mean,
There is so much
Yeah.
room to do stuff in the builder, but also at the same time you can be so heavily punished for deviating even a little bit. Like hypothetically, like you go like Arceus Water over Arceus Fairy, and now your Koraidon matchup is like so much worse. So you can just
Will
get
say, I
like
think I
super
am pretty
punished.
fascinated to see how the SV pool turns out. I think SV will probably be the most interesting gen to watch, at least in the builder, because I mean, so much is unknown at this point. And also,
Yeah.
like, as far as SV goes, right? Like, you could definitely see like a team draft like the goat, and then like two like randos, and then just like win the entire thing with that.
What's also interesting to mention is that yeah, this SV meta is entirely different from the SV meta from last UPL because Miraidon has been banned since. So
That's true, yeah.
and during the
Thank
Miraidon
God.
meta, we have seen
Thank
a lot of very interesting teams. I think there were like teams with 5 or 6 focus sashes back then, which performed quite well. Stuff like
Yeah,
that.
those just not exist
My
anymore.
goodness. Don't remind me about that meta.
I
Well,
hate
this is
that
oh my
word.
gosh, truly an
That
unserious
Legion
tier at
legal
that
last
time.
UPL?
word is genuinely
I'm pretty sure it
so
was.
telling to how awful
Oh,
that meta
good
was.
lord.
Holy shit.
Basculation is not a healthy presence.
Yeah, Basque Legion also banned.
Thank God that guy is gone.
Yeah.
Thank God Miraidon's also gone.
That being
No,
said, somebody can still
no, I would
gamble,
actually
roll
hear
up
you
with a
say that.
scale shot life form Koraidon, and get 5 hits on your Ho-Oh and it's dead.
I mean,
Bro, I would have taken Miraidon over Basculation. Like, Miraidon is not going to 6-0 your team immediately. Basculation can just win on the spot, and I think that's, like, super bullshit.
No, Miraidon got pretty close to 6-0ing teams on spot sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, you can at least, I don't know, like, the ground types are far more viable than the normal types, I
I
feel.
mean, what's
And,
it's definitely improved
Well, then
about
there was
SV
also the
is
issue of
If
like
you have a ground type, though.
what's
well, then there was also the issue of like even when you stacked like 2 ground times that had a fair, you were still at risk of getting pulverized.
yeah,
Like
but
Fair
I
enough.
genuinely remember one like when Trade last year when Trade made a team with like 3 ground, I think 2 ground types and a Gracias at one point.
That's
I
wild.
still commented on how it was getting pulverized by Miraidon. Which
But yeah, so
That's
good
wild.
riddance, Miraidon. I definitely think we're gonna see how far people can push the tier. You know what I mean? I mean, like we're gonna see
I have
how
definitely been
far
seeing some
we can go in the
interesting
builder,
sets.
and how far like I'm especially interested to see if like any new talent arises, because I mean, at the end of the day, you could have someone just be like DM some of the managers be like, "Hey, I am top of the Uber's ladder right now. I know my stuff. I'm very good at this game. If you put me up for auction, I'm gonna go for like 3K."
Yeah, definitely.
So like the room for like exploration in SV is like I think it's a lot higher than obviously a lot of the other tiers because it is current gen, still evolving. So let's note about it. But I am really interested to see what happens with the SV pool.
yeah, I mean,
I've
what's
seen a
also
lot
great
of
about SV, or what has improved, in my opinion at least, is that the games are a lot less luck dependent than during the Mirada meta because
Yeah,
most of the
I think the
times
format
a
in general
single
is just a lot less
miss,
viable or a lot less volatile.
a single
The life
miss
form
Yeah.
doesn't
scale
lose
shot
you the
shows
game
up,
on
but
the
we'll wait for
spot.
that to show up.
So that still happens, and also yeah, speed ties are less common.
retries still happen, but like they're nowhere near as bad as they were during the height of HO and during the Miraidon meta. They're usually not something you see too much anymore besides like Zacian mirrors.
Yeah.
And also like the occasional like Koraidon desperation play.
Yeah. I have seen some very interesting Koraidon sets. I saw like Terra Dragon Choice Band with Outrage and Clear Amulet SD. Like there's a lot of very
Clear
it was
Amulet.
adamant Terra
So
Dragon. It was weird. Like there's a
Clear
lot of stuff people
Amulet's
are doing.
makes a lot of Clear Amulet's like it's good for
I
webs
fuck with it.
basically and like Lando too.
Lando.
Well, it's just a
Yeah.
nightmare horror.
It's just boots, but also Lando. I
Mhm.
fuck with it.
Yeah, there's a I hope
There's really
that
a lot of room to explore, and I'm sure that the SV builder will be pushed a lot during this UPL, so we'll see how
was a
it
lot
turns
during
out.
Uber's Winter League, and the stakes were a lot lower too.
That's
No.
true. Speaking of like clear amulet being boots, it is in my non actually play SV that seriously opinion that spikes are better than rocks because everything runs boots or takes more from spikes.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I
I mean,
agree.
Rhydon and Zacian
well,
take
and
more from
also with
spikes.
rocks, you have to actually
And
like
everything else
sacrifice a move
runs
on your RCS score or something like that. That's like
Depends on how much
not good.
knockoff you run, I think.
No,
That's
actually, I
fair.
do agree. Spike's leading is generally better than Rock's leads, because like Spikes
Like,
just do more for HO than Rocks do.
I started dropping rocks on like DOS lead, and it just gets so much more value out of just setting like even 2 layers of spikes, and then you can far more consistently get 3 layers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like in general rocks are like less valuable because knock is like really nerfed in the tier as well. There's like what, like 4 knock users maybe? 3? It's like
Yeah,
not
you have
many.
to be like running hardcore balance to
It's
have
like
that many.
There's
yeah, I was gonna say
Glayscore
it's like
and
fucking
Glayscore
score and then like
and Glayscore.
NDM is also there, but
Oh
it's
yeah,
not great.
NDM.
oh
NDM
NDM,
is
but NDM's not
popping up
good.
right now.
NDM
Yeah.
is like defensive NDM is not great
Yeah.
right now. Yeah. I mean it's
It's
literally
pretty much
just like
just score and nothing else. Yeah.
Yeah, and
it's like
this,
just go score and then like
Occasional
maybe
random great tusk.
the you know the rare DOS or DOA.
I mean,
DOS can run
No.
knockoff sometimes if
I
you
don't really
want
think
to
DOA
LARP.
runs that, so it's just like
rocks are pretty
Yeah,
much
it doesn't.
only really good against like
Great tusk,
some
strongest soldier.
some balanced teams, or maybe even just slow, because it kind of keeps Glasgow in check a slight bit, but also not really. But most of the time, I
It's good if
also
you have knock because it's good into Ho-Oh, but I mean
yeah
nobody's
yeah
switching their Ho-Oh into knockoff.
yeah, no good player is gonna let their hoe get knocked.
That's fair.
Also, DOS
Realistically.
would just rather run T-Wave, Psycho Boost, Taunt, etc., etc. Like, personally, I think Rocks is actually not good on DOS, because, like,
But
Spike's
T-Wave
T-Wave
is
on
cheap.
yeah.
Spike's T-Wave Taunt
I'm running
Psycho
But
Boost is
knockoff.
just
maybe
really good.
let's maybe bring this discussion a bit back to the actual pools, to the draft discussion.
Sure.
You know, you
So-
have
Point
points.
being, there's a lot of room to innovate in the SV builders, considering the tier's still pretty young. So, I think I'm interested to see how far it'll get pushed this UPL, and I'm also interested to see how the pool will end up being. Because like
Yeah,
there's a lot of
for
talent
sure.
in there, both new and proven. So yeah.
yeah.
It's very interesting the rate at which it like stuff moves, because like as somebody who loosely follows it, and I'll like talk about it someone in Uber's Discord, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's bad. That was good like a week ago," and I'm like, "Bro, it's only been a week. What do you mean it's bad now?"
Yeah. So
Oh man.
I mean, starting from the pool, I mean, Aatrox, we've already mentioned him. He's a great player. I think he's going to get picked up this season as well and perform great. Our fourth, of course, there.
Obviously.
Yeah, very good.
Ain's probably
Ain's
mainly
is
going
good,
to play
yeah.
best of 3.
Aberforth is also probably gonna play BO3, I feel like.
Yeah, maybe. Though to my knowledge, he said that he doesn't really like playing Newsome, so
Oh, maybe not then, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Aber's never played Yusuf in his life.
Didn't he join
Aside
like during
from-
Auras?
You should just win in 2, it's not that hard.
I think
That's his plan usually.
Just bring cheese to every USM game.
I don't know.
Oh, I have
probably.
this-
That could work.
He can bring the classic 6 para Mons plus Skyman
Oh my
combo.
god. Blazing, he's a good up and coming guy. He beat Solwind in World Cup. He's playing for Vietnam, and he beat Solwind, and he lost to Ray Scarface, but he did beat Solwind with sub Ho-Oh. He fought. He had Terra Rock Endure Clefable with Rocky Helmet
God,
into
that
sub
game.
Ho-Oh. That game was
Oh
awesome.
man.
As somebody spectating who doesn't really understand SV, that game was hilarious.
yeah. There's also
That
Avarice.
game was
so-
hilariously terrible, but like he did win, I guess.
Wait,
I don't know.
was it Emoshu who won with the Tapu Bulu last year? Hold on.
The-
Somebody won with the Tapu.
Bulu?
In SS, I think
What
it was in
SS.
UEL.
Okay,
What?
SS that makes a little bit more sense than like
No,
SM.
not really. If you saw the game, there were like
It was
3
pretty funny.
grass resists. I did.
Oh
Dog.
wait, that was Horatio. Horatio in SS.
Bro, nah.
That one was hilarious.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Anyways, back to
Ooh,
SV.
just, like,
There's also Avarice.
Marathon bait.
Yeah.
Avarice is like a great player. He doesn't build, but he performs really well in the games.
There's Ainscrad,
Yeah.
World Cup starter. So of
Yeah.
course he'll be a good pickup for any team
Yeah.
that gets him.
Celeste
I don't
also.
think he's playing SV, but Drip Legend is a World Cup starter, so
Oh, Strip Legend also playing ADV? Did we
I have
mention
no
him?
idea what he's playing, but I know he's a World Cup starter.
He's
Uh,
playing
sign
for
up.
Midwest, I would know.
He's not playing ADV this time around, alright. He's
No, he's playing SV.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, he is also a World Cup starter playing for Midwest. I would know because they ditched me.
So weird.
For Drip Legend, that's an interesting decision.
Oh well.
Yeah,
It's okay.
there's obviously what's it called? Yeah, there's so Crossio signed up for SS or SV as well. Although I doubt they'll get picked for that. Probably could go to ORAS.
He's playing RS and nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
It's a waste of Crossio to put him in
Jonks.
anything else.
Agree.
But
Like, why are you
they could pick up like
denying
Envy.
artists his art form?
there's
There's
Let
OST
Henry
Envy.
winner
stern
or
webs.
OST Fusian, OST winner.
Yeah.
Signed up for
Frito
every
as
fairy
well.
gem.
There's Frito
Frito's
as well.
Yeah.
Frito is a World Cup starter. She's playing for US West.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
So she could get picked up for SV as well, the store.
Yeah.
Jojin, of course.
What tiers does
See a
NB
lot of
play? I think they play SV or
They played LC, I believe.
okay. Yeah.
They're a good clicker, so they could get picked up.
That's true.
Off that.
They have been active in Uber's Discord lately, so I don't know. I mean, there's definitely name recognition, and that's what really matters. Like towards the end of the draft, when it's like 3Ks that are just like clickers or subs, name recognition is really big. So you could definitely get picked up.
E-Town also great as we
A couple of legends elsewhere signed up.
Fade.
Of course.
Wait, C-Town?
RUTO?
Wait, C-Town signed up for this?
Oh no, sorry. I thought I heard C-Town's name. Never mind.
Oh.
LBM might be a good pickup if he doesn't get banned week 1 again.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Oh, what a nightmare.
But LBM, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but like it was too good to leave out.
He's not playing Natex this time around. Don't worry, he's safe.
Oh no. So Lana got retained.
So a couple of those draft players would also be good to keep an eye on if you're planning on pushing the meta forward at all.
Yeah.
Lana got retained, obviously, by High Lord. There's also a mashing. Honestly, it would be hilarious if High Lord doesn't actually get mashing at all.
It'd be very funny. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, Taka, yeah, he's really good.
It would be really funny if they retained mashing just to avoid the Lana mashers.
The Lana Taka mashers, they would be the most goated pool ever, okay? They would win. Trust.
I think I know
They're either winning
Manak's
or
name
coming in
somewhere.
last.
I know a lot of names on here, just from like general like being around Smogon, of course. Like
Yeah, for sure. SV pool is quite competitive in terms of like name recognition and stuff.
Poke MH is there. Let's go.
Aerosama.
There's
I think they had a good
this guy who
Uber's
got
Winter League showing.
Ray Scarface too. Only like said they wanted to play DPP and SV, so good to know there. I think they did pretty well. They've been
He's
doing
gonna
really
be
well
put
Pro
in
Cup.
SV. It's
For sure.
It's a definite waste to not put Race Car Face in SV after his World Cup performances.
He will be
Society
bringing
said
all
what
and
was
winning
Society
every
signing for?
game.
Did Society lock
Society
out of DP? Wait, did Society
he locked
lock
out
out
of
of
DPP
DPP
and
for
Black and White.
SV?
Yeah, he's just, I
DPP
don't
and
know
Black
what
and
the fuck
White.
he's trying to do.
Wait, did Society
pocket
lock out
rocket.
of DPP?
Yes,
And Black White.
he might
That's
be stupid.
actually crazy.
That's what I'm thinking. That's wild to me.
I just checked. Which is kind of crazy, right? I mean, I don't understand why you'd lock out of your best tier. I mean, I guess if you don't want to play it, but like,
He doesn't want to play it. Yeah.
I mean,
obviously,
Zale
but
did
like,
the same thing, so like, fuck
He's a
yeah.
for playing it.
Okay.
Take that
It is
entire
kind of.
click
It is going to be kind of crazy
something.
playing DPP without two of like its most like notable mainers.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
anyways, there's a lot of other good mainers in there, like Skyu, though he got retained.
Zowie
Zowie.
Cafe, the #1
Shuri.
ULP feed.
Yeah, Zowie Cafe. Shuri.
Very
I
is
don't
good.
know.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with how experienced Shuri is with the new meta, but like
They
I'm certain
can
he'll do well at the
provide
very
support for literally everything too, so they're
Is
good pickups.
Sitchem playing SS or is he playing SV?
least. He's playing
He's playing
SS.
Okay.
and
Yeah.
Okay.
So you, I
Okay, he
think,
might
got
play
retained.
SV, but my money's on him playing SS.
That's fair. Rofna's a pretty good
Shuri,
player. I've seen around.
Cheek.
I think
Taka,
I think they played
obviously.
World Cup.
Taka is really good. Yeah, I think Rofna is in World Cup. I believe he's playing for like Bangladesh. I think.
I don't remember. I just know I remember seeing. I think their game against Ray Scarface
Yeah.
with that utility umbrella Blissey stall.
Oh god. SSR team.
It was awesome.
It was truly like it was like that utility umbrella Blissey like absolutely wrecked his entire shit. Like he could not do anything.
Yeah. Vedi is a up and coming SVOU player. They can
Oh,
probably click pretty good.
One important person I think we forgot to mention during the DPP section was Rob Jr.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh yeah,
Rob
definitely.
Jr., yeah.
Many of
yeah,
the draft players can do well in DPP.
yeah.
Just data mechanic. And
I
Rob
think
is definitely the most familiar.
do pretty well overall.
I think Rob went like 8-1 in last UPL. Something.
Yeah, he did.
Something like that.
Yeah. So definitely going to find a place there again. Yeah. Ram, Turka.
Well, I think we skipped over Situm somehow. Situm is
I didn't mention him, but
No, I
not.
think we went over them.
We didn't mention.
We did? Okay.
Go over Sichum. He's probably just playing SS instead of SV, considering the skill gap between the best players and the others in SS is much higher
He might do
compared
best
to
I don't
SV.
know.
But yeah, I would not be surprised if he plays SV, though. I think he'll go into SS most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, stacked SV pool as always.
Yep.
Cool. Rev.
Now,
Quinn.
to the tier that's probably been
MH,
changing the most
Ox, of
outside of
course.
this
Yeah.
being the oldest.
Yeah. You Oreo, of course, also here. What else?
I'll say we haven't gone over RBY, have we?
No,
No, we
not
haven't.
yet. We
That's what I mean.
Just RBY and BO3 left.
Yes. Just let's sort out a few of the last name. I think after this we have mostly been through everything. Yeah. Jojin, also a good player. Hats, also noteworthy. Did great during UEL.
IW, Violet.
I think Hacker also did pretty great in UEL.
Hacker
Yeah.
did pretty well in what's it called? Grand Slam as well.
Yeah.
Did LPZ sign up? Speaking of
LPZ. I don't think so.
Let's look.
I'm not sure yet.
Doesn't look like it. Nope.
Unfortunate.
Oh, PC.
That
Yeah.
guy's a legend, though.
That guy is awesome.
Not
I
very.
have bad
Cake
memories
is
of
good
that.
RB wire. She doesn't want to play though, so maybe not.
Mm.
Gondra is good. Ghastly,
No.
Sablette are the two Uber's core reps.
Yeah, basically.
Elder's pretty good, I believe.
I believe, what's his name? Freaking Enigma signed up too.
Meru plays some. Phil plays GSC and RBY.
You definitely want a mainer this time around, though, because this meta has
That's
been
true,
moving
yeah.
fast.
I mean, there are
It-
also throughout
yeah.
the tiers a lot of players I've seen the names of from different tiers, which are great
I
there. So
believe
I'm
Mars
wondering how
with
many of
some.
these are going to be picked
I'm not
up.
entirely sure though.
Yeah.
Unknown Dragon's pretty
I think
good.
we have a pretty similar what's it called? It's a fairly similar like it's in the same vein as SS where you have like a couple of the mainers and then you have like a couple people who are, good but are definitely going to be picked up playing other tiers. So the RBY pool is looking fairly thin, but I guess I don't think that's out of the ordinary particularly.
It's thin, but it's also changing a lot is the problem. So it's a bit of a conundrum there.
I mean,
RBY
think
is
it's
very
the
different
meta
than it was like last
I think it's
even.
thin but draftable, like
I mean, there are still a
definitely
few great players in there, which we always see, like Elder, Anigami, Ghastlies, King Blue, yeah,
Sablette.
Cake as
have
well,
you seen Violet River before?
Sablette,
Unknown
Shitrock,
Dragon.
yeah, YBW, of
It's not a
course.
great RBY pool, but like there's definitely enough talent in there.
I think it's
Though I don't know how
who's
that'll end
missing.
up being during auction.
Who's missing from this
Seatown's
one?
missing, notably.
Okay, yeah.
Seatown's very missing in this one.
Oh, FRF is also missing. Pretty sure.
Torchic is also missing, unfortunately,
Yeah.
for the villains. So it'll definitely be interesting to see, especially how the villains hold up with the lack of Torchic to just carry the RBY slot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they'll actually have to try in that slot now.
It'll be interesting.
So is FRF just not showing up, or did she name? I don't know. Either way.
I'm unsure.
I also have no idea. Okay, so lastly we have best of 3. I mean, here we will mostly find like players we've already covered in like SV, SS, and USM because it's just a combination of these 3. But our fourth, Eins, or of course not
We're
worthy
gonna pray
here.
for 2 games.
In my opinion, the best of 3 pilots would be those who can click best and have a good understanding of alter gens. People like potentially Aberforth, but I'm also not sure how he'd fare given that he kind of sucks at USM.
The strap.
Yeah,
the strap would also work.
The strap hosting BO3 slot.
Potentially LBN, potentially Skimmy the God if he signed up for that.
He did, yeah.
Nova too.
Rav 2
Did
probably
Taka only sign up for
mashing.
Taka signed up for SV and BO3, yeah.
You could also feasibly throw Goathard in there, maybe, if you really want to get extreme.
I could also just see like button clickers, maybe like an Avarice there, for example.
Oh, Fat Fighter 2 signed up for only BO3, which is odd, but
Hats is in there as well.
BO3.
Alright, so how would you rate this overall pool throughout the tiers compared to like previous iterations of UPL, or in general, what would you say about it?
I think it's harder to find a good pilot for best of 3 overall, considering like unlike last year, you actually have to have a brain to play SV now.
Yeah. I think another thing is
there
like
needs
about
to
the
be
general
more
pool.
attention given to that tier, where Whereas last year you could just like fish harder and be done with it. If you know what I'm saying.
I think agree. I think the overall pool is like we're seeing a lot of mainers just not playing their main tiers. So I know NDPP, like Society and Zale not like actually playing. We're seeing a lot of people who are just burnt out. I think a lot of people are burnt out right now, and we're definitely seeing that in signups, right? Like there's some pools here that are a little like definitely a little stale. Like obviously RBY is a little stale. SS too. Even BO3 I think is looking a little dour. Like
Yeah,
there's
GSC
a lot of
yet as
GSC is a
stale,
little bit better. GSC is a
but
little bit
still
better.
not that great considering it's
Yeah.
just pretty much just like Vani, Cyber ACC, Conflict, and then you pretty much
Cyber's
are
already
like
retained.
looking.
So
yeah. Cyber and Dawnbuster are retained,
Yeah.
which are two of
So-
the bigger players here.
probably a good move for their managers because of how like valuable the GSC slot is right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah.
So what you have to
But generally pools just seem like pretty
pools
thin.
were probably a
It
step
seems like a
better
lot of people are burnt out. A lot of mainers are burnt out, especially. So we're gonna see a lot of like new players or players that are just not as familiar with the given tier. Probably.
It'll be definitely
See if
interesting.
they figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it. Thank you all for watching here. What we'll be covering next is going to be the auction, which I was told is actually on Sunday, so in 2 days, not tomorrow. So yeah, we're going to live stream that one and also comment on that live. The voice call in which we live stream will be the one on the Uber's main server, not on our dedicated recording server, so many people can join in. Yeah, and after that, manager interviews, of course, seeing how the draft went and how all of that goes. And finally, we'll have some in-depth analyses of the different tiers that are played. Hopefully, we'll be able to get one for each tier. So we are covering a few of the highlight games throughout the tiers of the previously played weeks. And finally, probably one big live stream during the finals, capturing the final few games and making the run to the finish line. But yeah, if you want to be on the team or just the Ubers community and see how all of this unfolds, yeah, check out the Smoke forums and the Ubers Discord. Anyone here is welcome. And if you're seeing this right now and still want to sign up, you still have a day, so please go ahead and make the pools a bit bigger. Having more is always better.
Especially if you play GSC or RBY.
Yeah. And yeah, with that, thank you all for watching, and thank you and also DBJ, who already left, for being here with me on the commentary and giving your insights to the tiers. And goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Free Farsi